Hello viewers, this is Jay, all the way from Phuket. And as you can see, I'm dressed for the occasion. Tiger shirt on, shorts on, flippy flops on. Now, I'm going to be doing another episode of Vox Pop, which is Voice of the People. And we're going to be traveling around Patong and hopefully Bangla later tonight to ask what the tourists are doing in Phuket and what are their thoughts on the latest test and go scheme being suspended. Find out more now. Right, we've got our first guest. Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Jay. How are you?
I'm very good.
Oh, okay.
What's your name?
Ebby.
We've got Craig.
Hi Jay, how you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing?
I'm good.
You're now here into Phuket. How did you get here? Test and go or quarantine?
Test and go into Bangkok on Boxing Day.
When did you arrive in Phuket?
I got here back on November 26th.
Test and go?
Test and go and free.
And how was your experience going through the test and go process? Was it easy to get into Phuket?
It's very easy to get into Phuket. I don't know what all the hassle I hear about online. It's not that much of a headache.
Okay.
A little bit of work for so much pleasure, so much out here to see and experience. It's well worth it.
All right. Hi, sir. What's your name?
Ed.
Nice to meet you, Ed. Ed, so we're here on Patong Beach. Can I ask you, how did you enter Thailand? Is it the test and go scheme or quarantine?
Test and go scheme from Ireland.
From Ireland. Okay, that's great.
Test and go.
Very nice. And how has your experience been in Phuket so far?
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody is so nice.
Maybe 80% of the tourists who are quite common, most of them are not wearing a mask. Most people don't really care about Omicron or, the variant that's really scaring people. Do you have any opinions on that? Like, why do people feel so safe?
I totally agree with you, and I don't know why. I think everybody should be wearing a mask.
Now, important question. The test and go scheme is now suspended. So imagine you were traveling January 15th, January 20th. Would you still come to Thailand if knowing the uncertainty around the test and go?
I would still come to Thailand. If I got to spend 7 days in Phuket, wow, I'm really hurting with all the beaches and activities that are here. It's a terrible place, totally terrible. For 7 days to suffer in such paradise for me.
All right. How's your experience been so far?
It has been excellent, except for the quarantine hotel I booked was 5-star, and it was awful. They're really, really bad. Food was terrible. They asked you, I'd never met any staff. They bring you in through the goods entrance. The hotel, I won't name the hotel, but promoted itself as a 5-star hotel with swimming pool, and it was bad. But I only had one night there.
Okay.
So one night out of 28 nights will be okay.
Okay. I'm now at the beach, the world famous Patong Beach. And as the mayor says, please put on a face mask for your safety and the safety of others in Patong. Do the right thing. Now I'm with Jason, and as I've made my way to Patong Beach, I tell you what, I counted about 40 people in a distance of about 2 kilometers. All of them are foreigners not wearing their face mask at all. It's as if COVID never happened, It's the classic tourist in Patong. Half of them are shirtless, about to go to the beach, no mask. What's going on? What's going on, Jason? What are the positives? Like, now that you're here, are you only planning to be in Phuket, or what's the general vibe been?
I am planning just to be in Patong here now for about 2 weeks. I've been to Thailand many, many times.
Okay.
Many times, okay, so I've seen all the sights. What's good about it? The weather, of course.
Yeah.
You know what?
It's a little hot.
Yeah, especially when you come from Europe where it's very, very cold. So the weather is the main thing. People are friendly. It's reasonable. Everything is reasonable. Hotels were cheap. Food is cheap. Company is good. And most people speak a little English.
Did you experience Bangla Road on New Year's?
Yes, I was there New Year's, and it was a madhouse of stream.
Okay. All right. What is your general perspective of, Phuket? How's the tourism been? Do you feel like it's still lively? Is it missing something?
It's absolutely lively. It's not really missing much. When you're here in Phuket, it just seems very normal. It's like COVID almost doesn't exist just by the amount of people that are here and cohabitating. So
It's quite free, isn't it?
It's very free, and it's kind of hard to really tell when you should and should not be masking. It's like obviously you're indoors and not eating, you should be masking, but it's just been 50-50, whether you're a foreigner, whether you're a local, it doesn't matter. It's just everybody's kind of relaxed about it.
What are the vibes in Phuket? Did you come straight to Phuket from Bangkok? Did you get to travel around Bangkok at all?
I'd been to Thailand quite a few times, but I'd never stayed in Bangkok. So I chose to spend some time in Bangkok first, do some tourist things, temples and all that, but still do a little bit of nightlife of what's available. So I did up until the 2nd of January in Bangkok, and now I'm in Phuket.
All right, and did you spend New Year's here?
Yes.
And how was that experience? New Year's, and like, did you see the fireworks in Patong Beach and stuff?
No, I was in Old Town Phuket.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, I was mainly sleeping.
Breaking the norms, going to Old Town Phuket. Any frustrating experiences so far? Any dual pricing or haggling or any nuisances?
No.
No?
No.
Well, there's a lot of things here and there, but I don't want to say what they are. But yeah, like some of the double pricing has chapped me a little bit. I know it's a minimal price compared to economics from where I'm from to where here, but I just like a fair deal. I just want to be treated fairly no matter where I go in whatever country. That's all.
Fair enough. And what do you love about Thailand the most?
I've got to say, I love the aquatics. They have just the scuba diving out here, the snorkeling I can do, and just being out on the water and being on the beach.
Honestly, it's always the people. I know it sounds very cliche, but everyone's...
Craig's cliche.
I'm cliche.
A lot of the viewers would say, oh, I'm not going to Thailand, there's too many restrictions, there's this and that. Yes and no. It's not entirely false. There are restrictions. It's true. It might be, for some people, might consider coming in difficult. But now that you're here, what do you think about the restrictions? Do you feel restricted while being in Phuket or being in Bangkok? What's your thought regarding all of this?
It's actually quite easy. I mean, look, the entry on Test and Go was, as much as at times Thailand might get criticised that things can be disorganised, it was a well-oiled machine, the way it all happened. But once you're here, I mean, I'm okay about wearing a mask outdoors, and it is one of the rules. But, I mean, what a place to be, under restrictions. I mean, it's actually really quite beautiful.
Provided there is only 1 night quarantine. If the visa is only for 30 nights, you don't want to spend 7 or 10 nights in a hotel, in a quarantine hotel. It will not work for the Europeans because we're only here for visas 28 days or 30 days.
If you see people coming to Thailand now, like I know the Test and Go has been suspended, and some people are, they're canceling their plans or they don't want to go through the Phuket sandbox. But would you still suggest people come here?
Yes, of course. Yeah, I think it's totally worth it, even if you have to quarantine for 2 weeks. For my first bait here, I stayed inside and ordered food just to be safe, and I think that it's totally worth the experience.
All right. Well, thank you for taking the time to answer our questions on this sunny, bright day. We hope you have a great stay and all the best in Bangkok.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks. All right, Craig, thank you so much for taking the time to answer some questions, and I hope you enjoy your stay in Phuket.
Thanks, Jay. Love the show.
Thank you for the support.
Thank you, Jay. Hope to see Natty soon.
Hope to see Natty soon. She's actually doing the same exact thing in Bangkok, so if you're around Bangkok, watch out for Natty.
I definitely will be.
Yeah.
Okay.
We hope you have a great stay.
I will, and I'll send you my invoice very shortly.
Sure.
I'm very expensive to interview.
Sounds great. The man you're looking for is Tim Newton, not me.